So if you haven't heard, last Monday Night Raw saw CM Punk cutting a promo for the upcoming Royal Rumble. And in that promo, he had the audacity to say that he would throw out Hulk Hogan and his dusty ass, and that he would kill Hulkamania. Now, listen, I get it. CM Punk is known for his brash, in-your-face attitude, but to disrespect a legend like Hulk Hogan on such a public stage, that's beyond tasteless. First of all, Punk has never even shared a ring with Hogan, let alone worked alongside him or been in any meaningful program with him. The fact that Punk would sit there and talk about throwing Hogan out like he's just any other competitor and then insult him in the process shows an extreme lack of respect for the man who single-handedly revolutionized the business. Hogan was the guy who put wrestling on the map for millions of fans around the world. His charisma, his larger-than-life persona, and his influence helped elevate professional wrestling to the mainstream. The fact that CM Punk is the one trash-talking anyone is absolutely hilarious. This is the same guy who claims to be the best in the world in his wrestling persona. Yet, when he stepped into the UFC octagon, he couldn't back up those bold claims. Despite all his trash talk and big talk about being the best, he ended up losing both of his UFC bouts, with his performances widely seen as embarrassing. It's hard to take someone seriously when their actual results don't align with the hype they create. Punk's transition from pro wrestling to MMA was highly anticipated, but it became evident that being a star in one sport doesn't necessarily translate to success in another. So seeing him trash talk Hulk Hogan only makes his own shortcomings stand out even more, making his comments seem more desperate than credible. It's honestly sickening that in 2025, we're still seeing Hulk Hogan get disrespected, and not just for his accomplishments or legacy in the ring, but just because he supports Donald Trump. The man was a foundational pillar of professional wrestling, the one who helped build this industry into what it is today. And yet now, for nothing more than his support for a political figure, people are so quick to turn their backs on him. What's worse is that it's coming from the very people who benefit from the groundwork Hogan laid. Today's wrestlers are living off the platform that icons like Hulk Hogan created. If it wasn't for Hogan and his contributions, many of these superstars wouldn't have the worldwide recognition they have today. The reason they get to live their dreams in front of packed arenas with global television deals is because of what Hogan did for the industry decades ago. In this generation of fake wrestlers and tough guys, normal human beings like and respect Hulk Hogan. People who grew up watching Hulk Hogan are still Hulkamaniacs to this day. His larger-than-life persona, his charisma, and his ability to connect with fans made him a legend, and that legacy is still alive today. Hulk Hogan is a role model for those people who grew up watching him, whether they were kids in the 80s, or even adults who look back with nostalgia at the golden age of wrestling. He represented what it meant to be a true hero, someone who stood for strength, integrity, and a never-give-up attitude. But let's take a look at the current landscape of WWE. Who in the WWE today is a role model for the kids watching? Who are the stars that stand for something bigger than just their in-ring persona? The sad truth is, there's no one who's really stepping up in that way. Today's wrestlers may be talented, but they don't have the same cultural impact, the same sense of larger-than-life presence that Hogan had. Where is the person who represents a positive role model for the next generation? Hulk Hogan was more than just a wrestler. He was a beacon of positivity, a symbol of strength and perseverance. He inspired millions of people, both young and old, to follow their dreams and to live with passion. Whether you were a fan of his wrestling or his persona outside the ring, Hogan was someone people looked up to. So let's put some respect on Hulk Hogan's name again. It's time we recognize his undeniable contributions to the world of professional wrestling and honor the impact he had on shaping this industry. Without him, the WWE wouldn't be where it is today, and many of today's wrestlers wouldn't even have the platform they have to perform. Let's not forget who made it all possible, and let's give credit where credit is due. Hulk Hogan deserves respect.